Alright guys, let's get into it. Let's go! So, this is a game that somebody posted on the Reddits. And it's Soulkey versus someone on the ladder, I assume. I didn't actually see the timer at the top, so I don't even know how long the game is, but apparently this is the best ZvZ of 2014 in Soulkey's opinion, so I'm sure a lot of us respect Soulkey's opinion when it comes to StarCraft 2. And this should be a good game. Anyway, in the bottom of Merry-Go-Round LE, we got the red Zerg down here. It is Soulkey, and he's going to be opening this one up with a 9 pull, which is pretty common on Merry-Go-Round LE. Like I said, this is a crazy map for ZvZ, as a lot of early aggression is very, very, very strong. And in the top left of the map, we've got a GM barcode. I assume this is the Korean server. Where else would Soulkey? But yeah, it's a Korean server because he's got that Korean tag there, which says Chwimyo-cho. I think that's what it says. Chwimyo-cho. And he'll be going for a pull first, so not a good start for Soulkey here, as that's pretty much the counter there, and this music's very loud, isn't it? Let's turn it down a touch. 20%. Okay. Will he pick up gas? There's been a lot of 9 pulls, 10 pulls lately. I was casting some Korean Cup yesterday, and it was like 10 pull pretty much every game. 10 pull Banes still around for the Koreans. I don't agree with the strategy myself. I think 10 pull Banes is very, very weak, but the Koreans still like it a lot, so yeah. Here come the first lings for Soulkey. Gonna be going across the map. Little pause there. Oh, I get to read some more Korean. Chamsimanyo. Chamsimanyo. Go, go, yo. And then they both say go, go. Okay. Hatchery coming up for the barcode. And he goes down to 14 as well, which means he should be able to start 6 lings really quickly, although he hasn't actually seen it with the Overlord, so that means he's only going to be producing 2 lings. He's already gone into droning. This is really bad for the barcode player. Soulkey's actually stacking up his Zerglings. I've never seen this before. He's waiting so that the barcode player builds drones instead of Zerglings, and then he's just going to knock on the door here. He's going to be like, hey man, there's actually 10 Zerglings here. What's up, bro? Your hatchery's done. See you later, kid. And the Soulkey is... he should definitely be able to cancel this. I mean, the barcode is not going to have enough Zerglings to deal with it. He's going to go back to 1 base. He throws down the gas. He knows exactly what's going to happen. And that's the end of the hatchery. Right there. Let's have a look at Soulkey's base. He has picked up that gas as well, so he's going to follow this one up with a speed timing, which should be able to do a lot of damage, but at the same time the barcode's on 18 drones and he's on 1 base as well. So even though Soulkey killed the hatch, is he really in the lead here? The barcode's got 18 drones. The only problem for the barcode is that his gas is a bit later. His speed's going to be a bit later. It's going to be hard for him to push down this ramp with the speed of Soulkey, but he does have the resources and everything behind it. He just needs to be able to spend it in some way. And that's going to be very difficult for him to do. Soulkey going to be getting the expansion as well. This is a very common 9 pull nowadays. You 9 pull, you get the gas, and then you take the expansion, and then usually you build a bunch of speedlings, which obviously go and try and deny your opponent's natural or do some damage. Sometimes people mix in banelings as well, and that looks like what Soulkey is going to do here. A lot of Zerglings for the barcode. Going to be able to push Soulkey back before his own speed's done. But if he goes a bit too far, Soulkey might be able to catch him off guard in the map, on the map here. He just needs a few more Zerglings, and there we go, 6 more Zerglings on the way for Soulkey. He's got about 10 seconds left on that metabolic boost. This could be really bad for the barcode. He should be expecting this kind of play as well. This is a very common way to open with a 9 pull to pick up that speed a bit later. Although, does Soulkey have enough lings? Look how many lings there are here for the barcode. The Queen's going to help out a lot. I mean, at the end of the day, he will lose the slow lings, but right now it's probably not too efficient for Soulkey to engage. Once these next Zerglings do join him, there we go. Now he's got a couple more, and he's going to be able to take this engagement quite easily by the looks of it. And now barcode man is in trouble. He's got to think about the defense. What does he have at home? He has slowlings, queens, A Baneling nest coming up, but it's only just finishing. He doesn't have much time. There we go, 2 Banelings at the top of the ramp. Can he defend against this aggression of Soulkey? Coming in right now, 40 supplies, looking for the denial on the hatchery right here. And he's morphing in a couple of Banelings at home. 2, 4 right there in 2 separate groups. Beautiful play by Soulkey. The Queens will help out Barcode a lot here. And these 2 Banelings are coming down for the Barcode. Even more Banelings being morphed all over the place. This is kind of funky right now. 2 Banelings go off for the Barcode, detonating on 2 Banelings of Soulkey there, but that leaves Soulkey with 2 and Barcode with nothing until these 3 finish up. 1 more Baneling trying to get forward onto the Zerglings, but the Queen take care of it. And Baneling's going massive hits to the Barcode. Soulkey losing a lot of units right there. He's down to 11 army supply against the 19 of the Barcode. He does have a bigger economy behind it, but once again, he's got to worry about defending this aggression. It's all about the back and forth momentum in this game. The nice control by the Barcode there, picking off the Baneling, and once again, this is looking like trouble for Soulkey, but he should be able to push it back with these Queens. The defense advantage a bit too strong. The 2 Banelings about to finish morphing. He needs those desperately, otherwise the Queens are going to go. There we go. Nice hit for Soulkey there, and this is a very aggressive game between these 2 players right here. Looks like those Zerglings will be pushed back. And let's have a look at the state of this game as all this aggression finishes. 33 drones for the Barcode player and 28 drones for Soulkey. And Soulkey once again with the army advantage. So this means that Soulkey is now going to be on the aggression. And now the Barcode has to defend. So once again, these players slowly droning up throughout this aggression that the both of them are going to be throwing at each other throughout this game, and it might have stabilized there. Both players going for the lair, both players at even-ish army supplies. Soulkey looking for a sneaky Baneling hit there, but not going to happen. Roach Warren does start for Soulkey. This is the way the Koreans like to do it. Yeah, I mean, they like to get a Roach Warren, they like to get an Evo. Generally, they don't really like to go for Mutas, but as I say that, I think the blue guy here, the Barcode, will be going for Mutas, because he's got the fast layer, he's got a lot of gas. The only time you would see this in the past is in Wings of Liberty, where players wanted to get really fast infestors out, but as it is, I'm pretty sure this is going to be Mutalisks from the Barcode player. Let's see what tech he throws down as this layer does finish, and there we go, the Spire. So it is going to be the Mutalisk opener versus the Roach opener in this game, and one of the weaknesses of the Mutalisk opener is big Roach timings before the Mutalisk numbers really get big enough to hold them off, so that is something that Barcode here needs to be careful of. Soulkey just trying to sneak units around the bottom as the Lings for Barcode do come out onto the map. I think this is going to be a bit slower for Hell. I don't think Soulkey's really going to be able to get enough Roaches up that he can do a lot of damage before the Muta count builds up, especially with the Spine Crawler on the way already. I feel like he's going to be prepared for this, especially at this level. It's going to be very hard to catch him off guard with a bigger Roach attack. And Ling's coming across the map now for the Barcode. A lot of what ZvZ comes down to is that third base aggression, and we've had aggression all throughout this game. Here we go, a bit more aggression for the Barcode, but after seeing those Roaches, he should pull back, and there we go, cancel on all the Banelings. Now he's just going to go for the third denial over the left here, over on the right, sorry, and Soulkey knows instantly that it's going to go down, and cancels it before the Lings start even attacking. Bam, goes down. And now the Barcode should be looking for his own third base, but he's scared of aggression here. And there are Roaches and Lings coming across the map. This is the scary part of playing Mutas. You need to survive this phase of the game. 7 Mutalisks on the way for the Barcode right now. They're not going to be out in time. The Roaches are already at the base. Is this going to be his death? I don't think there's really enough Roaches to finish off the game, especially with these Lings here, but he should be able to do a bit of damage to the drone line, although the Mutas are popping right now. 9 Mutalisks about to come out. There we go. And they're going to help out a lot with this. The Spine Crawlers go down, but they did buy him enough time. Even though they weren't up, they took the attacking instead of the drones going down. And there we go. Roach is going to be pushed back now. The Mutalisk pop. And now this is a very awkward situation. Soulkey is going into a lot of Queens here. He's producing them from both hatcheries. Is he going to go for the Nidus? Is he just going to try and walk across the map? And the thing is, the Barcode player is actually going to help a Queen walk out on the map, spreading that creep across the map. A lot of Overlords going down for Soulkey. That's going to hurt him massively. Queen's coming out to help him there. Misses the transfuse. I don't know if he wanted that or not. He might have just wanted to let it die, but this is the thing, like, Mutas are so rare in the Korean ZvZ metagame that Soulkey just left every single Overlord out on the map, and he's losing a massive amount of them now. This is really painful. Soulkey moving forward, trying to push these queens back. It does look like he's going to go for that Roach Queen push. Something that I do like myself, and he is throwing down a Nidus behind it as well to get reinforcement queens into there. But if the Barco player just keeps rebuilding mutas, I mean just keeps building mutas, then he can do this. He can try and snipe off the queens. There's not going to be enough transfuses to keep them all alive, and once those queens go down, Soulkey loses the momentum. I think he could have kept going for that. He could have taken out those queens. Only 4 left, 2 transfuses, but he's getting scared of this roach attack. He needs to clean up these roaches back at his base, otherwise he would have lost all of his drones. And here we go, Soulkey looking to do damage to the Barcode. Can he get in? Not at the natural. He's looking to get into the main base to do damage. How many drone kills can he get? There's 18 on the minerals right now, losing 2 on the gas, and losing a few more as well. Nidus is going down over here. Constant aggression throughout this game. And it looks like he lost about 8 drones in total at that base as the Nidus comes up. More queens going to be coming into this battle, but there's a lot of Mutalisks out on the field right now. 13 Mutas taking care of these roaches. Lings in the mix as well. He pulls everything to main base, pulls it back down to get the mining on there. And now the Mutalisks, can they take on these queens? That's the important part. Spall's going down for Soulkey. He's being very aggressive here. Wants to lock down this position, not allow the Barcode player to get a third base, and now he's diving on these queens. I think he breaks through. There's not enough transfuses, not enough queens. There's too much DPS from the Mutalist. The damage is just too high, but at the same time, the roaches are trying to get into the main base, trying to do damage to the mineral line. Wait, what happened to that drone line? He did lose quite a lot of drones somewhere. He's only got 26 left on the main base, 31 total. And it's getting a bit dicey for this Barcode guy now. Going to lose a couple more drones in this as well. Mutalists come over to clear them up at this point. And there we go, the roaches will go down, but the Barcode, he's down at 27 drones at this point. He's not mining from his natural. He needs to rebuild some drones. The only thing he's got going for him at this point is the 16 Mutalisks in the sky. It's going to be very hard for Soulkey to deal with those. He's now taking down this third base as well, which is going to cost him a couple of roaches, but doing the smart thing, just pulling these Mutalisks away from the rest of the bases, which is going to allow him. Well, I was going to say it's going to allow him to get more things through the Nidus, but the Nidus does go down as the Barcode player kills it there, and 6 spores on the way for Soulkey. That's a big investment, but as I said, there are 16 Mutalisks out, so it's kind of needed at this point. And where does Soulkey go from this point? He's put so much into defense, but he can't really take another base. These roaches might do a bit of damage, but they're definitely not going to end the game. And yeah, he's going to get into the drone line here, do a bit of damage to these drones. How many can he get? Looks like 3 gone down so far. And it's just going to be 3 for that little attack. And now this is awkward, man. Both players on a very low economy. 32 drones at 18 minutes into the game. More Overlords going to be going down, but Soulkey does have quite a buffer there. He's at 53 out of 108. So even splitting up the mutas to try and find the Overlords. And it looks like Hydralisk is going to be the choice for Soulkey here. Now, the problem with Hydralisks against Mutalisks is they're amazing against mutas, right? They're pretty good. But the problem is the Barcode player can just build Banelings, and Banelings are phenomenal against Hydras. With no infestors to lock down the Banelings, especially if you get Speed Banes, those Hydras are just gonna melt. There's gonna be nothing to help them out. And there's only 9 so far. There's already 16 mutas out, man. He's going up to 18 already. And he is redroning right now. He's up to 42 drones. Soulkey is only at 33. And it looks like he's going to be going all in with this Roach Hydra push by the looks of things. He does have a lot of queens as well. They're going to help out the Hydras a lot, obviously. Queens are absolutely amazing against any air competition, especially Mutalisks. Is he going to go for that Baneling speed? I would love to see that, especially if he knows it's Hydras. In fact, does he know it's Hydras? I don't think he does. The Hydralisk den's behind here. There's too much spore coverage. He hasn't seen any Hydras, and yeah, Soulkey is going to go for this. He has to. Will he put a third base down behind it so he's got something to fall back on? It's going to be very difficult for him to do that. Look how many mutas there are on the field right now. 22 mutas. He needs Banelings, though. He needs Banelings. Now the slow queens off the creep are going to be pushing across the map. This is the death push. This is pretty much all in for Soulkey. He needs to win the game with this one. Barcode is getting a couple of Banelings now, and that's the perfect position as well. As Soulkey swoops into this position here, Banelings from the back, Spines on the front, Mutas in the engagement. He should be able to get some really nice connections there if he controls it properly. It also comes down to Soulkey's control as well. There we go. Banelings are ready. No Baneling speed, as far as I know. This is going to be really tense. It's all going to come down to this moment in this game, just trying to zone out those Hydras there. So what Soulkey needs to do, he needs to get those Roaches on the Banelings as soon as he sees them. He doesn't want to let them on the Hydras. And here we go, the Banelings coming from the back. This could be a massacre. Mutalist in the main engagement. The Banelings trying to sneak through, not doing that much damage, but is it enough? A lot of Hydras going down. The Mutalist clearing up everything. This looks terrible for Soulkey. How is he going to come back in this game? Oh my god, everything is going down, but he can still do damage with these Roaches. How much economy damage can he do with the Roaches? He's got some in the natural. He's got some trying to go up into the main base here, but the Mutalist count is still standing. He's lost all of the Queens, all of the Hydras. The main bases are mining out for both of the players at this point in time. Let's have a look at the main base. There we go. One patch left in the main base for the Barcode. 0 patches left. There's still got a bit left on the natural, but this is basically one base versus one base at this point. Everything, every unit they have is so valuable because they can't produce much more. They have, well, I was going to say the armies are okay, but looking at Soulkey, he's only got 8 Hydras on the way, a couple more Baneling hits on those, and that could be the end of the day for him. Third base is going to be on the way for the Barcode now. That's what he needs. He needs to get back up to that basically 2 base economy. Get a couple of these drones over there. I just can't see Soulkey being able to establish one. And I don't know how he wins with just pure Hydra, because pure Hydra is not a composition that makes comebacks. Like, if it was Infestors and he can get that big fungal on the Mutas, maybe. But as it stands, these Hydras are just going to die to Banelings at some point. There's only so much micro you can do, especially with the creep spread that the Barcode's got going right now. He's got it coming out to the middle. Soulkey's got a bit going himself. He's got it going this way as well. And, yeah. It's just going to be passive for it. I just can't see where Soulkey goes with this. I can't see where it goes, because pure Hydra is not going to do it. Baneling speed, even on the way. Spore Crawler's moving out onto the map. It looks like he wants to try and establish a third base here, as he moves that Spore Crawler out. Let's have a look. Is he going to send a drone out? He's lacking on economy so much, man. He's mining, he's weak. He's struggling to even build up 300 minerals to take a hatch. And he is moving forward to this position, but I don't see no drone coming out. It's still just Roaches on the production tab. Is he just going to build up his army? Mutalist is going to fly around us. There's really no spaces for the Mutalist to get in. There's spore coverage pretty much everywhere at this point. I mean, there's only one here, so this is kind of vulnerable on this area, but other than that, there's not really much that's going for the Mutalist Caress. Other spores coming out into the middle of the map. A lot of Banelings are being morphed. Like, how does he beat this many Banelings? He needs Infestors or something. It's not gonna happen like this. And now with the third base up for the Barcode as well, I can't see Soulkey making a comeback. I don't know how he does this. He's going to slowly push the creep out. It seems like, since he's not taking a third base, his goal is just to push with Roach Hydra and these spores. And he's going to wait for the creep to do that so he can get the spores underneath the Mutas in the engagement. But every single Hydralisk is going to get just, I don't even know the right word, decimated? Decimated I'm going to go with by those Banelings. And, I mean, look at this. That's a lot of Banes, man. He's got 69 army supply right now. Slow-ass push from Soulkey. He's got to make this creep gap right here. It's gonna go slow. Massive Spore Crawler army. 5 spores going forward with the army. This is going to be the play. If Soulkey can make this happen, He's an absolute god. He's forgetting about the... Even the drones coming off the line for Soulkey. He's pulled the boys. He's got no mining left. He's got 1 mineral left at home. But all those banelings, how does he get through all those banelings? He needs to tank the banelings with the drones. Keep the spores alive. This is insanity. Look how many banelings there are. How does he use these drones? He's got to use these drones in some way to stop the banelings from attacking the hydras. The spores are set up in a position. He should be able to take the third base right now with those spores in that contained position, which could cut out Barcode's mining over there. It's only 10 drones, but in this scenario, that is amazing. Spore Crawler moves up the ramp. He's got transfuses for that. And I feel like the Barcode's being a bit too careful. 19 more banelings on the way. The banelings are going to destroy this army. Splits are coming out from Soulkey now. Imagine if he makes a drone wall right here and the banelings can't get through. Look at these splits for Soulkey. He's pre-splitting. This is like a TVZ right now. These are Marines. Look at all these banelings rolling forward. He's not going to go for it. Getting a bit excited right there. Doesn't dare engage into these spores. He can't really because they do so much damage to Mutalisk. This is such a weird engagement. I've never seen anything like this in my life. Spine Crawler coming to the front right here. And here we go, the banelings rolling forward. The Barcode's going for it. Can Soulkey on the splits? He needs to split the banelings as well. The Overlords coming in. I feel like he can take it if he went all the way with those banelings. The Spore Crawlers are down now. Most of the Spore Crawlers at the front, at least. He's still got a couple at the back here. He's got 3 left at the back. He's going to start pressuring this base over here. This Mutalisk could take that army. The Barcode's going to be plusing more banelings coming in, taking down the rest of the Hydras here. The Mutalisk going on those spores, and there's the transfuses on the spores to try and keep it alive, but the Mutalisk can't get him really low here. Looks like Soulkey will be able to take these Mutas down. Oh my god, he's done it! With the splits, the banelings not quite killing enough. I thought they killed enough there, and GG! Soulkey is victorious with that crazy, crazy push. Wow. And it came down to pretty much 6 Hydralisks and a couple of Queens. If the baneling connections were a bit better, we would have been done. Soulkey split a bit worse. He would have been done. But, I mean, when those banelings were rolling in, it really didn't look like he was going to win that engagement. I'm actually just going to have a quick look at that engagement again. Because he had so many banelings, man. Artosis would have liked that. Oh. Okay, so it's the second one. At this point, he has 17 Hydras against 33 banelings and 15 Mutas. 17 Hydras. How do all these banelings die? Slow this bad boy down. How do they die? So they come in... Oh, it looks like roaches here, so... Oh, quite a lot go into those roaches. 15 go into the roaches. A lot go into these queens as well, with transfuses going off. But... yeah, that only killed 5 Hydras. He's been through 15 banelings. And he's only killed 5 Hydras. So... basically, this engagement comes down to the baneling control. And actually, another amazing part of this engagement is these Overlords, they really stop the Barcode player from splitting up his banelings properly, right? Because he can't see the Hydras properly, and Soulkey's already pre-split, so he doesn't have to worry as much about making micro decisions during the engagement. So that it's actually the Overlords that might mean that this engagement sways so well in his favor. And then another 10 banelings go down for about 4 Hydras. Transfuse go off. And then that's it. There are 8 Hydras left. Well played by Soulkey.
Feels good to be a gangster, man. It's good to be a gangster. Alright, let's get this Malfure in. And do this couple of Neos. It's probably a bad idea. Just take the tower for now. Oh.